How will you proceed, General?
Yes, Your Honor. On April 20th of 2020, police and emergency services were dispatched out to a home at 159 Andes Ridge Road in Anderson County. That on that morning around 11 a.m., Sean Willis had called Sherman Riffey, a volunteer firefighter and the father of his girlfriend at the time, to come to his house because he could not wake his mother, Sandy Willis. Sherman Riffey came out to the residence to assist. When he arrived, he found Sandy Willis with no pulse and massive head trauma. Mr. Riffey was the one who called 911 to summon assistance. Sean Willis was interviewed on the scene by law enforcement, and he initially said that he had woken up that morning and the front door was open and that he had noticed his mother's phone wasn't charging. So he went upstairs to put his mother's phone on a charger, which is when he discovered her unresponsive. That story later changed multiple times upon questioning by law enforcement and members of his family. These stories were inconsistent with each other and the evidence of the crime scene. This defendant's change in behavior and demeanor was also alarming to his family and raised suspicions of the family and law enforcement. On May 5th of 2020, this defendant was interviewed by Detective Don Scolia at the Anderson County Sheriff's Office. Initially, this defendant gave the story that he had initially given to law enforcement about him waking up and the front door being open and going upstairs to check his mother's phone. After being confronted by the officer about how his story wasn't making sense, the defendant broke down and admitted to shooting his mother after an argument about a cell phone where she had taken it away from him that morning. He also spoke to his father, Jeremy Willis, at the conclusion of the interview, where he cried and admitted to his father that he had killed his mother and that he was sorry.